In a world where service knows no borders, one man has dedicated his life to bridging communities, fostering education, and creating lasting change. Charles G. Irion's work has taken him across the globe, from delivering critical medical aid to supporting future global leaders at the Thunderbird School of Global Management. His mission is clear: to give, to empower, and to leave the world better than he found it. From Africa to South America, from Asia to the Middle East, Charles G. Irion has traveled the world, bringing aid to communities in desperate need. Through his partnership with organizations like Project C.U.R.E, he has helped deliver life-saving medical supplies to over 120 countries, ensuring that those without access to healthcare receive the care they deserve. His hands-on approach to humanitarian work isn't just about providing aid, it's about restoring hope.
Global outreach and humanitarian aid are so important to me because we are truly, and I believe this from the bottom of my heart, we are one people, we live in one world. I think we are placed on this planet, we call it Earth, to do things that please God and to take care of each other.
My father was the one who started Project C.U.R.E back in 1987. My dad was a real estate developer. He developed a lot of Winter Park and some of Vail, Colorado, and made a lot of money, and then figured out that you can be rich and not happy, and so they gave their money away. And my dad was doing economic consulting in Brazil and saw his first developing country clinic, and it had nothing in it, and it tore my dad's heart out. And so he came back and called a friend who had a medical wholesale company, and Greg filled my mom and dad's garages full of medical supplies, and my parents paid to ship that all down to Brazil. And that's how we got started.
Nigeria came to me through my 5-year-old daughter. She was having a birthday party. And we went to Mass one day, and she said to me on the way home, I invited the new priest to my birthday party. We didn't know who the priest was. We didn't know anything about him. We knew he was African. 2 weeks later, he shows up at our house. We had this big dream to build a hospital in Uruvu. And he said, what if we do that together? And that started 7 years ago.
As a Christian missionary, and I also working for the NGO in Eswatini. So our family had a project, build a clinic in Eswatini, public clinic. So many children experience the hunger. Our main focus on those children to give them food and make them growing same as other children.
The role for a girl in the Maasai community in the bush was once they reached about 12 to 15, they were married off. So the role was to have children, etc. I saw that, and I said, maybe I can change some of it by giving an opportunity to go to school. So I opened MGRC in 2008. I officially opened it in 2018. Started with 12 girls. I was renting a facility, and now we have a permanent place here in Karato, and we have 74 girls.
Recently, I was on an assessment trip in the Congo where we were going to be sending much needed donated medical supplies. And I just talked to one of my doctor friends who indicated today that those hospitals I worked in were overrun by rebels who indiscriminately shot and killed patients. It's a disheartening situation, and there have been so many moments that my heart has been touched. Neonatal wards that don't have bassinets, that don't have baby warmers, that don't have syringes for babies. It's just a horrible situation that doesn't need to happen, but it's common around the world.
So it's been a fun opportunity to watch Chuck as he has really fallen in love with the whole rest of the world. He had a very successful career. He made a lot of money. He did some really neat things, wrote books, was in movies and things like that. But as I've watched him, he has gone to these places that frankly a lot of people would never go. We've been to some pretty dangerous places. And as that happened, he's become more of a student of international studies. He's become a student of history. And he's started to really dig in and be a scholar on some of the things that really matter the most. And I think that's a reflection of what's happened in Chuck's heart when he fell in love with the rest of the world.
So he came to Eswatini as an assessor on behalf of Project C.U.R.E, the medical NGO from USA. And he just saw the children. He said, just take me to the shop, nearest shop. And he just grabbed the shopping cart and asked me and then to my wife, just fill it up. Bring the food and stationery. And he didn't ask anything. Just they took us the shop. And then that items, we just took it to the orphanage. We took it to the children's center. And he was so happy with that. He just bring all the items. So he's the one who really loved the people and children. He's got a heart.
Project C.U.R.E did a fundraiser for us, helping us raise the money for the container coming here to Tanzania. And Charles was one of the major donors. He put a significant amount of money into it. He seems to really have a heart for helping people, donating his time and his money. What I call all worthwhile causes that really help people, not just get your name in a paper.
Father Tony, the founder of Sunrise for World Dwellers, and I and Chuck went to the new hospital. We didn't know what to expect. You know, we were worried, frankly. And after a 4-hour visit, he said that, not only am I going to approve you for 1 container, I'm going to approve you for 5. And what Chuck did in this meeting was extraordinary, because he gave us insight of what he's seen over 100 inspections. The impact Chuck has had on the world, most of us will never even know, because he goes to the obscure places and impacts people. This is why Thunderbird, a global school, a school that's recognized globally, would honor Chuck with such a distinction. And this distinction will magnify Chuck's voice, will magnify his giving in ways that we don't even know at this point.
50 years ago, I was drawn to study at Thunderbird School of Global Management in Glendale, Arizona. Originally got an MBA, and now I'm in the DPP 3rd class program to get a doctorate in global leadership and management. Because of my love of international travel, that led me to want to go to Thunderbird to develop an international career. And I've utilized it dramatically doing medical missions all over the world for Project C.U.R.E and some independent medical missions. As a student in the DPP 3 program now, I wanted to create a legacy through the Africa Lounge here at Thunderbird School of Global Management, a place where students can reflect, study, and learn from each other.
For students at the Thunderbird School of Global Management, Charles G. Irion's contributions create opportunities to engage in international business, leadership, and diplomacy. His generosity enables students to participate in cultural exchanges, gain real-world experience, and make a difference in the global community.
I think education brings people together on a lot of different fronts. One of the things, like I said, is mutual understanding, right? The fact that if I know a little bit more about your history or where you came from, then I understand more about how you think. If I understand how you think, then we can have communication and we can find solutions together. So I think that that's important on the education front. The problem with education doesn't come with people being educated. The problem comes when part of the people are educated and other parts aren't. If you're not educated and you're looking at those people who are, or vice versa, now that creates a division, and if you don't have it, you don't have the tools to bridge the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
April 4th, 2025 marks a historic moment for the Thunderbird School of Global Management. As the Africa Lounge is officially named in honor of Charles G. Irion, his commitment to education, global leadership, and humanitarian efforts is cemented for generations to come. This space will serve as a hub for students to engage, collaborate, and build a better future, one that aligns with Charles's mission of unity and service. One world, one people.
We're born, our destination is all the same, but it's the journey that we experience together that makes a difference on our happiness and the small pleasures that we get to experience are amplified dramatically when we work and give aid to others, humanitarian aid, and work globally to help those less fortunate than we are.